So this is a question wherein a power of 2000 megawatt is to be transmitted. So again, power handling capacity from Chandrapur Super Thermal Power Station to the western part of Maharashtra over a distance of 800 kilometers. Okay. And the alternatives which are available for the voltage is suggested use 400 kV and 750 kV transmission system for it. Determine the number of circuits with 40% series capacitor compensation. Right? Determine the number of circuits with 40% series capacitor compensation. So this problem is slightly different than what we have solved yesterday. This is the new element that is included in the calculation, series capacitor compensation, right? And also we are supposed to calculate the total power loss, assuming delta, that is the receiving end, this sending end voltage angle will be 30 degrees with respect to receiving end, and values of transmission line reactances and resistances are standard, and they are again specified in the question. Every time they will be specified along with the problem. At 400 kV, these are the parameters, and at 750 kV, these are the parameters. Right? So please keep your pen, notebook, and calculator ready, and you are going to solve this problem along with me and try to give me the answer. So the first question that I would like to ask here is, what is the effect of 40% series capacitor compensation? What is the effect of 40% series capacitor compensation? So series capacitor compensation, it will compensate the transmission line reactance, which is in the denominator for the power handling equation. So as the line reactance will get reduced due to compensation, the power handling capacity will be slightly enhanced. Okay, so this is the idea you have to keep in mind, and accordingly the calculations will get modified, right? So let us move ahead to the next slide. Right. So we first come across the transmission voltage of 400 kV. We consider the 400 kV alternative, the most common transmission voltage at present. And within the 400 kV alternative, as it is required in the question, that we would like to find out how many number of circuits will be required for handling a power of 2000 megawatt at 400 kV and given transmission distance and other parameters. Okay, so naturally the power handling capacity equation generally that we use is P is equal to E square sin delta upon X times of L, right? So this is the basic equation that we have derived, and in this equation now we have to accommodate 40% series capacitor compensation. We have to accommodate 40% series capacitor compensation. So pay your attention here that power handling capacity will be equal to E square upon E square sin delta upon XL, but this line reactance, okay, positive sequence reactance of the line is compensated by 40%. Series capacitor compensation. So inductive reactance will be compensated by series capacitive reactance. So by what percentage? It is 40%, or you can write this as 40 by 100, 0.4 per unit, 0.4 per unit, right? So 1 minus 0.4 or 1 minus 40 by 100. So this is the idea, and the rest of the equation will remain as it is. So you can see here that X will be 40% less. So that means it will be 1 minus 0.4. So it will be only 60% of its effective value, standard value. So this is the change in equation that you have to note. And now this particular equation will be used for the purpose of calculation instead of the basic equation that we derived. So this is the change that you have to observe, and let us go through the calculation at 400 kV. The line reactance is standard 0.327 ohms per kilometer. Delta value is provided as 30 degrees, and the transmission distance here is not 1000. Unlike the earlier case, it is now 800 kilometers. So I request all of you to substitute these values and please verify what result is obtained as far as this calculation is concerned. Power handling capacity for a single circuit line at 400 kV. And if you have any queries, you can ask. Let us move ahead. So power handling capacity for a single circuit here is 509.68. The next thing that we need to calculate here is the number of circuits. Total power that is to be transmitted, right? The total power that is to be transmitted is 2000 megawatts. It is 2000 megawatts. But single circuit 400 kV line with series capacitor compensation can transfer only about 510 megawatts. Consequently, we require a number of circuits. So we calculate the number of circuits required here as total power upon power handled by single circuit. So 2000 divided by 509.68 that we have calculated just now. So this comes out to be equal to 3.9. So this is very easy to understand. Here you can see this is 2000. This is more than, just slightly more than 500. So 3.9. Naturally, 3.9 is not a whole number or not an integer number. The number of circuits cannot be 3.9. There has to be an integer number. So 3.9 rounded up. Okay. So we get n is equal to, so is approximately equal to 4. N approximately equal to 4 because calculation based it is 3.9. So now that you are not transferring the power using 3.9 circuits, you are using 4, right? So power handled per circuit will get slightly reduced. So actual power handled per circuit has to be recalculated. So it will be P actual equal to total power, that is 2000, divided by the new value of n, which is an integer number. If new and old values are same, then there is no change in the power handled. Pt upon n is equal to 2000 divided by 4. So the calculation is fairly simple, that it will be equal to 500 megawatt. So power handled per circuit will be 500 megawatt actual power, right? This is because we are using 4 circuits and equal power being transmitted. Total power is 2000 megawatt, right? Next, we would like to move ahead and calculate the total power loss. In this case, okay, in this case, you are not supposed to calculate the current transmitted और टोटल करंट. ये एग्जांपल में कैसा है कि आपको करंट निकालने के लिए बोला नहीं है, लेकिन पावर लॉस निकालने बोला डायरेक्ट. फॉर कैलकुलेटिंग पावर लॉस अगेन वी रिक्वायर द वैल्यू ऑफ करंट. सो वी ट्राई टू कैलकुलेट द करंट. फाइन. करंट इज इक्वल टू P upon root 3E. Here remember actual power being handled is 500 megawatt divided by root 3 times of 400 is a rated voltage. So let us move ahead. 0.721, this is a current per circuit, right? We now move on to calculate power loss per circuit. Okay, so please pay attention here. The formula for the three-phase circuit power loss, it is 3 times I square RL, right? Understand that this is the power loss per circuit. So each circuit consists of 3 lines. It's a 3-phase network. Then I square R. So this is capital R divided as resistance per unit length of the line multiplied by the distance in kilometers. Standard value of R for 400 kV 0.031 ohms per kilometer, right? And current value we have just now calculated at 0.721 kiloampere, and the distance is 800 kilometers. So upon substitution, we can calculate the power loss per circuit as equal to 38.67. So the power loss per circuit is 38.67, but you know that total line losses must be calculated because there is not a single circuit. We are identified that 4 circuits will be required. So we have to multiply it by 4, and that's why we come across the total power loss in this case at 400 kV for 4 circuits equal to 4 times 38.67, so 154.7 megawatt. Please note that we are talking about voltage of 750 kV. So for ease of understanding, we have just numbered it as part B of the answer. And the first thing that is required to be calculated is the number of circuits. Number of circuits required for transmitting a power of 2000 megawatts, isn't it? So again, you have to understand that with series capacitor compensation, the equation will get slightly modified as E square sin delta upon 1 minus some factor times of XL. So that factor is expressed in per unit. If you know the percentage, you can calculate per unit by dividing it by 100. Let us say for 40% series capacitor compensation, so per unit value is 0.4, so 1 minus 0.4. So this is the equation, same that we have used for 400 kV, right? And naturally, we have to be careful while substituting these parameters. Some of them are common like delta and L, but at 750 kV, the transmission line reactance standard value 0.272 ohms per kilometer. So while substituting, you have to be careful. You don't substitute the older value. Okay. So let us check with the results that is available with me. 2154.18 megawatt. So see here, what is happening is that we want to transfer a power using 750 kV. So one circuit is capable of carrying a power of 2154 megawatt, right? And how much total power we would like to transfer? We would like to transfer a total power of 2000 megawatt. So this is the next slide. Total power that is to be transmitted is 2000 megawatt. Okay. So naturally, the power handling capacity of a single circuit line with 40% series compensation at 750 kV is much higher than what you actually want to transfer, isn't it? So the answer to the total number of circuits is fairly simple, that you require only one circuit. Single circuit can transfer much higher power than 2000 megawatt. So number of circuits will be simply 1, isn't it? But when we say number of circuit is equal to 1, again, there is a recalculation part. Okay. So what is the actual power handled per circuit? Only one circuit is there, but per circuit, what is the actual power handled? Recalculation. So for recalculation purpose, you can check here that what we are doing is total power 2000 divided by 1, n is equal to 1, integer number. 2000 by 1. Please understand, total power that we want to transmit is only 2000 megawatt, not 2154 that we have calculated. That's a handling capacity, but you are supposed to handle only 2000 megawatt divided by n. So your circuit is not handling 2154 now. It is handling only 2000 megawatt. This is your requirement. Okay. So that's what. Now we move ahead with the idea that n is equal to 1. We want to find out the total line losses. So again, the calculations here that we would like to make is in terms of current. Current per circuit will be equal to actual power handled divided by √3 times of E. So again, I just request you to calculate this part and verify whether you are getting this as equal to 1.539 kiloamp. Now, line losses for single circuit. Line losses for single circuit can be determined as equal to 3 times I square RL. Now we are not new to this equation quickly, but remember that the value of parameter R and I, we have calculated right now. I is 1.539 kilo ampere, but resistance per kilometer for 750 kV line is 0.0136. So this value is given in the table. It's a standard value. You have to substitute all of these and you will be able to calculate power losses for a single circuit. Okay, so power losses for the single circuit, please try to evaluate. And while we are calculating this, we have to understand that we are transferring power only using a single one and only circuit, isn't it? So this means whatever power loss we calculate for single circuit, that will be the total power losses itself for transferring a power of 2000 megawatt. So substituting all the values in the above equation and realizing that only one circuit is, so total power loss will be actually equal to PL. PL will be equal to PTL, 1, N is equal to 1. So do these calculations and please confirm whether you are getting the total power loss to be equal to 77.30 megawatt. The power that is power loss that was taking place at 400 kV or 2000 megawatt. Okay, it was around 155 something, and this is 77, isn't it? So you can see as we move towards higher voltage level, the total power losses will get reduced for the same amount of power to be transmitted. So this way we actually finish this particular example. We already did calculation for number of circuits, and then I have not made a table here, but when you submit it in the evening, you have to make a comparative table of final results at both the voltage levels, right? And that will make it more meaningful. So these are the two examples, not much of difference except for the 40% series compensation. Let us now move ahead further. So example part we'll conclude here and move ahead further and come across the discussion further with respect to the problems associated with high voltages, right? So here actually what we have mentioned is that for enhancing the power handling capacity over the years, the voltage levels have been rising from maybe 100 kV to 132 kV, then 220 kV, right? 400, and we are moving ahead towards 750 kV. And in some of the countries, advanced countries, right, the voltage levels may be up to the order of 1200 kV and so on. So as we are moving towards higher and higher voltages, we want to transfer large and large amount of power, isn't it? We must also not overlook to the problems that are associated with the transmission of power at high voltages. Okay, so this subject, extra high voltage AC transmission and HVDC transmission, this deals with these problems in depth. Okay, so various problems are there. There are 10 to 11 problems as listed in this particular table you can see, right? So let us consider the problems one by one. The first one, okay, the first one is the increased current density because of increase in the line loading by the series capacitor. Okay, series capacitor compensation we have just now solved example. In order to enhance the power handling capacity, see, voltage is remaining constant for a given transmission network. If voltage is remaining to be a standard of 400 kV or 750 kV, and power we want to enhance, that means we want to transfer more and more power. So it is actually we are trying to increase the line loading. हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, लाइन का करंट बढ़ाने का कोशिश कर रहे हैं जिससे कि ज्यादा पावर जाएगा. वोल्टेज तो कांस्टेंट है. We are compensating the line reactance by series capacitor. So by adding series capacitor, we are actually trying to increase the line loading. So the current density will get increased. Current density will get increased, and naturally with increasing current density, right, what will happen is that the line loading will increase. The line will have a tendency to get heat up over a period of time, and there are scene and proximity effects which may impact, especially at the extra high voltage AC. the AC transmission. Second is that when we deal with the high voltages, generally for a better evenly distributed currents, and so also factors like providing strength to the high voltage conductors. Okay, the bundling of conductors is adopted at high voltages. The bundled conductors, right? These are used. There are several purposes, right, from minimizing the line reactance, okay, minimizing the corona power loss. The bundled conductor offers several advantages. They also minimize the electric stress on the surface of the conductor, because at very high voltages, the surface electric stress will be very, very high. So careful handling is required. So bundled conductors are to be used. The third aspect is about the something for which the bundled conductors are also adopted is the high surface voltage gradient on the conductors. In this chapter itself, we are going to come across calculation for surface voltage gradient, right, for a three-phase line. What is the effect of high electrostatic field on the line conductors? How it is distributed? Similarly, what is the effect of bundling of conductors on the electrostatic field? Surface voltage gradient. Voltage gradient means voltage per unit distance. It's the electric field. Similarly, in the second unit, we are going to realize the effect of high surface voltage gradient in terms of corona and ionization. So the next logical aspect that comes into picture are the corona problems. We have seen one experiment in the high voltage engineering lab in the 7th semester, corona phenomena, where audible noise we could generate in the lab. Okay, not only it causes audible noise, but it also causes something which interferes with the nearby communication network, like radio interference, TV interference, okay, and corona energy loss. So radio interference and then audible noise, these are something like we would like to minimize, but the major cause of concern here is that it also causes energy loss. So it reduces the efficiency. So corona makes itself apparent in several different forms, but the worrying factor is the corona energy loss. Okay, so as far as the corona energy loss is concerned, we are going to study detailed equations and derivations, how to calculate corona energy loss using charge voltage diagram at a later stage in unit number 2. Right. Now, the next aspect that comes is high electrostatic field under the line. Again, this part we are going to deal with in the second unit, where the various effects of high electrostatic field on the people or personnel operating or other agencies, equipments nearby substations. What is the effect of high electrostatic field? Why we want to maintain safe distance from such lines? Because they cause so many aspects which will be analyzed later on in second unit. Okay. Then further, switching surge over voltages, they cause more damage than the lightning one. As voltage level keeps rising, it becomes comparable to the lightning over voltage. So then switching action, maybe switching on, switching off of load, this causes creation of over voltages which are more damaging than the lightning. तो जैसे जैसे हम लोग एक्स्ट्रा हाई वोल्टेज एसी की तरफ बढ़ रहे हैं, तो वहां पे लाइटनिंग से ज्यादा स्विचिंग सर्ज पे ध्यान दिया जाता है. Switching surges, because these are more disturbing as far as the operation of extra high voltage AC lines is concerned. Okay, so that's why let me just highlight this particular part, switching surge over voltages. The next aspect is ferroresonance phenomena, which causes increase in the short circuit currents, right? And similarly, the use of special types of lightning arresters that are called as a metal oxide arresters. These are gapless type. Okay, so different types of lightning arresters are there. So use of metal oxide arresters is also necessitated due to the use of extra high voltages. Then subsynchronous resonance due to interaction between shunt reactor and series capacitance, because shunt reactors are used again to balance out the no load condition whenever the line is unloaded. the voltage may shoot up, so shunt reactors are used, and series capacitor compensation. So sometimes they tend to form resonance, especially in the presence of harmonics. Then insulation coordination is based more upon the switching impulse level. So you can see here, switching surge over voltages become prominent, so switching impulse level become important, right? And as we list these problems, you'll realize that high surface voltage gradient, use of bundled conductors, right? Then problems associated with corona, high electrostatic field under the line, right? And later on the insulation coordination. All these things which are listed here, they will be covered step by step as we go through the course in the upcoming chapters.